Hello everyone, this is jyundee. It's been a while since I uploaded a video on YouTube. Some of you probably did not even realize it or don't care to know, but I am back with another video. I'll be discussing about digital programs and devices for digital art. Pardon my voice, I have a dry throat even though I've been drinking water all day. Please note that this isn't supposed to be a super informative video. It's more of a discussion that I want to do with my audience. These are all based on my experiences, so take it as an opinion. The topic is, do you need an advanced program to make beautiful paintings? Basically, do you have to invest your money into paid programs like Photoshop, Procreate, and expensive tablets in order to make beautiful art? To me, no. When I first started off digital art, I used a generic Intuos Wacom tablet and a free drawing program. Medibang wasn't the first drawing program that I started with, but in recent years, I have been using it as my main drawing program. I am still using the same generic Intuos Wacom tablet. As long as you know how to take care of your stuff, they can last pretty well. I've tried using those display monitor tablets, but for some reason I didn't like being so close to the screen. So I went back to using my generic tablet. It may be because I am more used to drawing away from the screen, because I've been doing it for so long now. However, if I found the right monitor tablet for myself, things might change and I might paint more on monitor display tablets in the future. It all comes down to developing the skills to use the tools that are available to you. I've been using the same program for about 4 to almost 5 years now. The only difference is my knowledge about the program and art style. If you're starting off and want to get a feel of how digital painting work, I suggest trying out various free drawing programs such as Krita, Autodesk Sketchbook, or Medibang to name a few. Procreate is an app for Apple's iPad, so if you don't have any iPad devices but you want to use Procreate, it can be a little bit expensive investing on an iPad, because some of them can cost like over $1,000. For this video, I'll be talking more about my experiences with Medibang since I actually used the program. I have a better understanding of it. The brushes in Medibang is pretty limited, but you can download a few additional texture brush from its cloud. I've also tried to make my own custom brushes, but due to the limitations of settings, I only managed to create these custom brushes, which are available to my patrons by the way. Some of its cloud brushes I find to be very useful, and I use on the daily, are the Slight _ Grudge 1-1 flat brush, watercolor brush, airbrush, and pen sharp. There are other useful brushes that I can't think of in the back of my head right now, but you will notice that throughout this video I use the same brushes repeatedly. This can also be the downside of Medibang because the brushes are pretty limited. For people who are somewhat unfavorable to having wide ranges of different texture brushes, this can come off as a major turn off. But for me though, I don't really mind it. The other tool that I find really helpful is the correction tool in Medibang, which helps to stabilize people with shaky or unsteady hands, like me, so I set my correction around 8 to 12. Another thing is that Medibang also have a blending mode on its layers tab. You can enhance the overall light effect of your image this way. But unlike other advanced programs, some of the lighting mode does not work the way I want them to. For instance, the lighten and darken blending mode works weirdly for me, so I barely use it like how I would before. Instead, I use either add, dodge, or overlay for the final light effect. Medibang is also used to make webcomics. There are various tones that you can use for your comics if you're a mangaka or mangaka, you know what I mean. I also use Medibang professionally because I also do commission works on them for my clients, and they don't really seem to mind. The clients are only looking for your skills in art style and not what programs or tools you use. However, if you want to expand and work for a company professionally rather than freelance, then I suggest to expand yourself and learn how to use Photoshop or other paid programs that gives you more options. To be honest though, I've been eyeing Photoshop lately. I've been contemplating on switching to it, but at the same time I feel so intimidated by it. It feels like I'll restart from zero and learn about a program again, which takes a lot of time. All the advanced tools in Photoshop is a little bit overwhelming for me. One of the main things that I like about paid drawing programs is their texture brushes. It can make my life so much easier if I get a hold of them. I just have to know what type of subscriptions I want first. One other problem that I encountered is that Mediband can be very lagging sometimes. On other occasions, it will just freeze on me. There are numerous incidents where everything works fine and all of a sudden the screen froze. When I restart my computer again, all my progresses were lost and it was so frustrating. But these only happen when I use too many layers and large canvas. When I use smaller canvases and minimal layers, it doesn't really happen. So I really advise you to get into the habit of saving your progress constantly. Like every 10 minutes or so, save it. And now the rest of the video will just be a time lapse of me finishing off painting Geralt from The Witcher. Some people prefer the game more than the show, but to me, I find both of them entertaining to watch. I don't know, I'm not much of a critic or anything. And I do get entertained easily, so yeah. To those of you who are still watching this time-lapse video and haven't clicked off, I really appreciate that, and you've already noticed that I'm struggling a lot with drawing his hand. I can't seem to get the position of his hand right. It just looks slightly off to me, but this is all I can manage to do so far. I gave up. Anyways, that is all that I want to discuss for this video. Thank you so much for coming to my tech talk. Just kidding. Also, if you haven't already, please click the notification bell. This will notify you right away when I upload a new video. Plus, it helps me a lot on this channel because YouTube algorithm only managed to make my video reach a small portion of my audience, and the rest are just unaware or simply don't care. Once again, thank you.